So as you see it here, there's been a clip released. Jon Jones kind of questioning Tom Aspinall's fighter's spirit. You see this right here. One of Tom's early losses to a heel hook. He tapped real quick. Jon did his homework on him, about 6 months ago when he was considering fighting him. He saw this, and he brought it up in an unreleased interview from 6 months ago. So here's what he said. He goes, "I'll be interested to see if he'll win his next fight against Ciryl Gane. There's a video that hasn't gone viral, but one of his losses, he was very much an adult. I believe already a black belt, and he was taken down and the guy twisted his ankle and he had no defense. He tapped so quickly. I had a fight where I got armbarred and I was literally willing to let someone break my arm before giving up. With Tom, the moment he felt any pressure on his ankle, he tapped immediately, which let me know a lot about him." We'll play the clip in a second, but let me get this off first. For me, I think it's kind of like these old school guys are just different. They're just cut from a different cloth. You've been hearing it today too. I think Dustin Poirier was like, he should have kept going. I mean, even, I know it's pot meets kettle, right? But Aljamain Sterling. A lot of these guys are kind of, I guess, just more fighters. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a generational thing. I don't know. But the way Jon explained it, saying like, I had a fight where I got armbarred and I was literally willing to let someone break my arm before giving up. This has nothing to do with Tom's eye poke right now. This has a lot to do with the fact that Jon, in his career, was willing to get his arm broken, right? Like the Russians, you see, Muhammad Mokaev, perfect example, right? He got his knee fucking hyperextended to the max, refusing to fucking tap. And I think his arm at one point in time as well, refusing to tap. Then you see Tom tap into a quick heel hook. Fast forward, you see Tom with his little eye injury here. I don't know. At the end of the day, Tom saved himself a lot of damage, right? If he couldn't see, if he couldn't continue, there's no moral victory in continuing a fight, letting your eye get worsely damaged, right, when you have a whole career ahead of you. I mean, I'm going to die on that hill. These guys can say they would have continued, but does that mean it would have been the smart, most, would that be the decision that would give him the most longevity? No. So you can say, I'd be tougher than that. But just because you would be tougher than that doesn't mean that would give your career more longevity. But then again, Dustin Poirier had a real long career. Jon Jones had a real long career. So I don't know. Here's the clip, though. Comment what you guys think. Let me know.
There's a video that hasn't gone viral, but one of his losses, he was very much an adult. I believe already a black belt, and he was taken down, and the guy twisted his ankle, and he had no defense. He tapped so quickly. I had a fight where I got armbarred, and I was literally willing to let somebody break my arm before giving up.
This is Vitor Belfort.
Vitor Belfort. With Tom, the moment he felt any pressure on his ankle, he tapped immediately, which lets me know a lot about him. I'll be interested to see if he wins his next fight.
What's the rumor? Ciryl Gane?
Ciryl Gane, supposedly.
So he was saying, I'd be interested to see if he wins his fight against Ciryl Gane, because of what he sussed out from his early days. I guess if you go to Tom Aspinall, everybody's weighing in on it right now, though. You gotta imagine Tom's follower count is going up at the very least. You know what I mean? So Tom got 2 losses in his career. Or sorry, 3, but really technically 2. And this Stewart guy is the one who heel hooked him in Bama. Round 2 submission. Like Jon said, he tapped really quickly. You guys want to see it? Here's the submission part.
Hasn't gone viral, but one of his losses, he was very much an adult. I believe already a black belt, and he was taken down, and the guy twisted his ankle, and he had no defense. He tapped so quickly. I had a fight where I got armbarred, and I was literally willing to let somebody break my arm before giving up.
This is Vitor Belfort.
Vitor Belfort. With Tom, the moment he felt any pressure on his ankle, he tapped immediately, which lets me know a lot about him.
So make of it what you will, but I think Jon has a point. Tom, I mean, the way he even tapped there, I'll just say, he appears to have a great concern for his fighter's safety. There was almost no shame in it. He's like, oh, he got me. Tap before I get injured. That's like first thought that came to my mind when I watched him tap right there. Just saying. Just saying. I could be wrong, but I'm going to just say how I saw it right off the bat. And then, you know, again, you have Jiri Prochazka. So not even a generational thing, but just like a fighter-to-fighter thing. You know, another one who's a little bit soft, and he actually, no offense, I don't mean to even call Tom Aspinall soft, but I mean compared to these guys, right, in the context of even what Jiri Prochazka says here, Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley's another one where he doesn't really, you know, he's not as much about, you know, the blood and guts of fighting, right, like some of these other fighters. So here's Prochazka kind of talking about an eye poke he got from Jamal Hill, I guess, reacting to it after knocking him out. And so the quote real quick is, I will play the game for the doctor, no way to stop the fight because an eye poke, I've got one more eye, this is the true sport of man, fighting with eyes, no eyes, doesn't matter, fight till the end. And you got to respect this, you know, it's tough. It's almost like you can't look down on Tom because these guys are this way, but it's like Tom ain't this way. I think that's safe to say, you know, Tom ain't cut from this cloth. But just because these guys are willing to play the game and still go with it, again, it speaks to a little bit of a bigger issue. Like, it doesn't matter that these guys are too tough for their own good, right? It speaks to a bigger issue. Stop the fucking eye pokes. Because the other fighters are taking advantage of it too. Their fighter spirit. You know, don't think that a fighter won't game plan against Jiri now and be like, oh yeah, you could poke him in the eye. Jiri will continue fighting even if he's compromised. Poke him in the eye badly, right? Compromise him. He's going to fucking continue and then knock his ass out. See, you can easily exploit these tough fighters who say the things that Jiri says. I just want to debunk it real quick before he says it. And it doesn't mean Yuri's wrong, but it just means that, like, you know, these guys are tough, yes. But I think the bigger issue here isn't about who's willing to fight with the eye poke, right? The bigger issue is, let's stop the fucking eye pokes. Let's stop the eye pokes. Let's just keep it on that. Not, oh, this guy would have fought with it. This guy wouldn't have fought with it. No, but regardless of who would have and who wouldn't have, can we all agree that the eye poke should have never happened in the first place? And that at the very least, you should be penalized at the first offense for at least an eye poke. Nut shots can be up for debate, up for discussion based off of how tough it was. At least you're wearing protection to begin with. There is no protection on the eyes. What are they supposed to wear? Fucking goggles? I see everybody talking about that now. Wear fucking goggles. My goodness gracious. That's going to be the next pain in the ass in the UFC, okay?
The eye poke, were you concerned at all when the doctor was talking to you that he was thinking of stopping it?
I will play for the doctors the game that I'm okay. If he wants to stop something like that, no way for to stop the fight because of this. I still feel that right now. There is no way to stop the fight because of eye poke. I've got one more eye, so so now we are here for fight, to win the fight. I know there is a rules and all these things, but this is the true sport of man, the fight. You fighting with eyes, no eyes, doesn't matter. Like, for me, it's like fight till the end.
The eye poke.
And, you know, that's a real fucking man right there, bro. Jiri Prochazka, I wouldn't cross him on my worst fucking day. So that's the whole Jon Jones predicting it situation.